What's going on, y'all? It's JD Pickell with On 3. Today on the Hard Count, what is the pulse of the Michigan Wolverines? Welcome into the Hard Count, the people's show for every single thing that you know and that you love about college football. It happens here on a nearly daily basis. Nick Brake doing the heavy lifting. You can help drive the show at my Twitter page at JD Pickell. So, we're going to go ahead and put a little more layers on. It's not necessarily cold down there right now, but it probably will be eventually, so we're going to make sure we pack accordingly. Down to Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm going to go check out what's going on with the Wolverines, take a pulse of that program, put the two fingers by the wrist. You know the drill. Wait, listen, count. Yes, okay, got it. The Michigan Wolverines, as a whole, are pretty fired up about last year. Like, last year was phenomenal. They put it together. That's, I think, the best way to say it. They put all the pieces together, and it came together beautifully. They beat Ohio State. They won the Big Ten. They appeared in the college football playoff. They checked a lot of their boxes that they had last year. A lot of the goals they had, they can scratch them off the list. Now, of course, what you do is you tear that piece away, you crumple it up and throw it in the garbage can, and then you grab a new piece of paper and have a new set of goals. So they still want to obviously have a way to get back to the college football playoff, win the Big Ten, all that. But there was a lot of things that went on this offseason. They're not thrilled with recruiting as of the recording of this video. But probably the biggest thing that went on this offseason was their head coach, Jim Harbaugh, took interviews with NFL jobs, and ultimately thought he was going to get the Minnesota job, ended up not getting that job with the Vikings, and he's back at Michigan. So from the outside looking in, you're like, oh my gosh. It's like having your girlfriend go and talk to another guy for however many weeks and then come back and say, no, actually, we're still together. It's all right. We're still together. Would you not feel a little bit uncomfortable? Talk to the people at Michigan and they say, we put it behind us. And good for them. That tells me a lot about the structure of this program right now, is that you're able to put together a locker room that's not overly concerned with your coach potentially taking another job. So, as the story goes, both coordinators also left, and so you have some new faces on that coaching staff. But in-house at Michigan, they're pretty confident. They're pretty confident about returning this next coming year and finding a way to recreate the success that they had. The first piece of this is the quarterback room. Because for all the great things Cade McNamara did, he still has a guy like McCarthy, who is a dynamic athlete, who does a lot of good things, arguably a more prolific passer, at least when you look at the scouting report. He's got him peeking over his shoulder. He did a lot of good things in the two-quarterback system last year. And so the thought at Michigan is, hey, if it's Cade, great. If it's JJ, great. Because the competition in that room is just going to make everybody better. Ultimately, I think you're going to see both guys play, especially if it's Cade McNamara, because personally, I don't see how you just turn your back on a guy that won the Big Ten and then got you to the college football playoff. I find that harder to believe. We'll see what happens, but that's where I stand on the matter. Ultimately, the best guy's going to play, and they're encouraged that the competition is going to cause the cream to rise to the top. On defense, they lost a lot. It's no secret. They lost two dynamic edge rushers. However, they're excited about the new faces ready to step up. Junior Colson, a guy they expect to potentially be the best player on defense for them this coming year. Obviously, you lost some things. That's okay. Michigan feels good about what they have coming up. They say, yeah, okay, nationally, we know that you think we lost this, that, and the other. We did, but we've been developing. This is a chance for Michigan's development within their program to take center stage. So that's the case there. The reason why they're not overly concerned about quarterback right now at Michigan is because they have 8 guys returning on offense. You have a lot of faces that were on that Big Ten title team coming back on the offensive side of the ball. Kind of opposite of what you got on the defensive side of the ball. Blake Corum, a guy who's going to be a jitterbug for them this coming year, did a lot of great things last year in kind of that 2 running back system. Ronnie Bell Jr., he's still catching passes. So you see, whoever it is that's under center for the first snap of game 1, they're going to hand it to a good running back. They got good guys on the outside. They got some ballers at tight end. So all that's to say, the cupboard is fairly stocked at Michigan in terms of the talent available. Now, new faces on defense and who's playing quarterback are the things that you're looking at. But to give you the pulse of the program itself, they're optimistic. In-house, they're very optimistic at Michigan. Even more so, I would say they're confident. Now, the goals remain the same. You do it 1 year, that's great. But Michigan feels like, okay, let's make this a thing now. Let's get back to this at Michigan. Let's keep bringing that Big Ten trophy back to Ann Arbor. Now, will they do it? I'm just giving you the pulse of the program. I'm just telling you what the feel is in Ann Arbor. All that's to say, they're going to put the ball down and play come the fall. That's it for us here on the Hard Count. Appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at JD Piquel. We're going to keep the party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of the Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.